Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate you guys watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's day job. And we've got some hard times as far as construction goes on. We've been dealing, of course, with the pandemic for the last 2 years, which has made it hard to get materials on a consistent basis. In fact, if you have to get something special order, you're better off saying forget the special order and just literally go with what's in stock, because getting stuff on these special orders has been taking forever. I'll give you an example. My dishwasher at my house was broken, and it literally took 3 months for them to get the parts to actually repair it. You're having the same problem, of course, with car manufacturers. The reason why the cars are going up so much is they can't get the microchips. So all that's been tough on us to begin with. Then, of course, we've got all the issues with the lumber because of the milder winters. You've got the beetles that aren't dying in Canada, as well as the tariffs that were put onto the lumber, as well as a job shortage. It's hard to find people to work in every business. Thus, the price of lumber and lumber futures is way up again. Looking at a sheet of 7/16 OSB right now is $44 a sheet. You know, the last house I built, it was like $10 a sheet. That's bad enough. But then, of course, last night, the price of gas is jumping like crazy. In like the last 3 days, it's been jumping 20 cents a day. So last night it was $3.79 when I went past. This morning it's $3.99. Looking at Friday, it was $3.59, and earlier part of the week it was $3.49. So now it's costing a fortune to fill up your gas tank. The materials are scarce and hard to get as well, and it's just making it more and more difficult. The thing that's crazy, and as I look in my own personal neighborhood, right now it is a seller's market to sell real estate. And right now, if you've got real estate to sell, you're going to make a lot of money. On the flip side of it, though, there's scarcity in houses that you can turn around and buy and move to. So unless you are downsizing or moving further out, then it doesn't really help you any. Me personally, I live in a metropolitan area, and when my wife was working, of course, this was great because she had a very short commute. But now that we've gotten older and we've changed the focus of what we're doing, we don't necessarily need to be in a metropolitan area. For us, we're looking more at moving further out in the near future and getting land and building, of course, my big workshop for my CNC machine. That Inventables has changed completely the way I'm looking at how I'm going to do business and how I'm going to try and do business for the rest of my life. You know, being 56 years old, hopping up on roofs and, down digging foundations and things like that are things that physically I won't be able to do for much longer. If I can create a business using my Inventables, that'll be better. And ultimately, I will need a lot of space to really maximize what I'm doing. The other problem, of course, is just getting the raw materials and the lumber. I use a lot of 1x12s. The 1x12s clear. They came to keep the labels consistent on the boards. Just 2 weeks ago, they were $26 a piece. For a 6-foot one of them, I can get 4 blanks out of, which isn't bad. The sticker this morning said $29.99 on it. That's what it actually said on the label on the rack. By the time you actually got to the counter, it's actually $35.99. So you're looking at, 40% increase in the price of the lumber for me to be able to do what I'm doing. So this makes you start to think, is this a temporary thing, or is this going to go on more and more? Should I go ahead and stockpile some of those 1x12s now just to have them before they jump up again? And of course, the other problem with this is when you have the price of the materials going up, do you go ahead and increase the price of the product that you're putting out? You kind of have to. You don't want to, but the reality is everything is costing more. For me, now looking at $4 a gallon, this truck, which gets about 600 miles to the tank full, $4 a gallon times 32 gallons, it's $130 to fill the gas tank up. So every time I go to the store to pick up materials or have to go down the country to work on real estate, and this is where it's going to really hurt me, because I have a house, 200-year-old house, that we're going to be renovating. It's 130 miles away, and we've got to buy materials for it. So the money that we had is not going to go as far as we thought it was going to. And of course, getting there is going to cost more money as well, just because of the gas cost. And this is beginning to make, and maybe this ends up being a good thing with the price of oil being as high as it is, and noticing how all of the companies are now shifting focus to hybrid and electric vehicles. I've thought for a while about wanting to get the Ford Lightning pickup truck, for not only because it's going to save money in gas, it's going to cost more, of course, on a monthly basis, but because it has the 12 outlets on it. And as far as being able to do construction, I don't have to run that gas generator. And I'm going to have to run a generator working on that project, which will burn about 7-8 gallons of gas a day. So you have to start thinking differently of ways of saving money, and the extra cost of buying a new vehicle probably outweigh the cost that you're going to spend in gas. But I think I'll end up waiting until after they get the bugs out. Let them have it out for a bit and see how it's really doing. Because the longer you go with the new technology, the better it ends up being, because they got the bugs out. They found out, in real-time world, this didn't work or that didn't work, so here's the fix for it. But definitely, it's making it harder and harder to make a living in doing construction work. But then again, I guess it's all relative. If you can build a house and sell it for a lot more than you did before, I guess it's relative, but you got to be able to get to that point. A lot of decisions have to be made as far as what I'm doing. A lot of decisions. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I think I need to try and focus on being able to do as much as I can working from my workshop at home. The more I can stay home, the less that gas will hurt me in my business. Hope you have a great day.